Tonight, an update on new Gesser allegations.
Plus, we find out how WSU blends art and science.
And an update on a fraternity fire. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Jennifer Power.
And I'm Jasmine Geraci. Welcome to Murrow News 8. Alyssa Wold-Bedeau made headlines last week after coming forward with sexual misconduct allegations against former Washington State University quarterback and assistant athletic director Jason Gesser. Her story inspired at least one other woman to come forward. According to the Moscow Police Department, Gesser exposed himself to 34-year-old Lindsay Streets while she gave him a massage at her place of employment in 2015. Gesser denied the allegations and the business banned him from returning. The case closed after officers decided it too difficult to prove he willfully and lewdly exposed himself. Bedeau says she wants to continue advocating for other victims and encourages others to continue sharing their stories. And speaking of allegations against Jason Gesser, the Daily Evergreen gained major attention over the last 2 weeks due to their breaking of the Jason Gesser story. Matt King found out just how they went from the chopping block in the spring to national attention only 6 months later.
All over the WSU campus, students are trying to stay up to date with what's going on around the community. One name that is synonymous with keeping students in the know is the Daily Evergreen, a student-run newspaper. The newspaper just broke quite possibly its biggest story ever, but just 1 year ago, the future of the Daily Evergreen was in question. It came down to a vote on whether or not to keep the paper around.
We were doing all we could to get out, on the mall, everywhere, to get our name out there for people to know that they should care about us and they should want to keep us around because we do all this hard work, and without us, you wouldn't know what's going on campus.
After waiting out a very close vote, the Evergreen got the news that they weren't going anywhere.
Once we got through that, that night when the ASWU, the vote and everything came through, it was like, everyone in this newsroom was just so excited. It was probably one of the happiest days of our lives.
Months after winning the vote, the Evergreen got a tip about sexual misconduct allegations from former WSU quarterback Jason Gesser. Months after digging for the truth, the Evergreen went from its deathbed to publishing one of their biggest stories ever.
From what I've known and what I've gathered, this is probably one of the biggest ones. And not only, is it a big story, we were the first ones to break it. We were the ones that brought it to light. No one else knew about it.
After a very busy and exciting week for the Evergreen, they look to continue to improve and inform. In Pullman, I'm Matt King, Murrow News 8.
In other news on campus, Aishnae Taylor joins us live with the latest on a $1 million grant awarded to the university by the National Institutes of Health. Aishnae?
A new project called HEAL aims to increase the number and diversity of students from rural Washington who are wanting to enter biomedical careers. The National Institutes of Health awarded WSU a 5-year grant worth $1.2 million to do just that. WSU College of Education's Molly Kelton and Department of Entomology's Jeb Owen led the project and hope they will finally combat a long-standing struggle in STEM education. HEAL stands for Health Education through Arts-Based Learning, and the art aspect will bridge the gap for those who cannot see themselves in a career in science or STEM. Owen believes art can hook kids on scientific ideas rather than the usual dry and formulaic approach. The 4 artistic strategies for the project include scientific illustration, photography, 2D and 3D cartography, and information graphics. Aside from helping students choose a science career, the project also aims to increase health literacy. The team hopes that by the time the project ends, they can develop a comprehensive set of curricula and applicable materials that students will be able to use in the future. From outside of WSU's College of Education, I'm Aishnae Taylor, Murrow News 8. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Aishnae. Members of the Theta Chi fraternity here on campus continue to question why someone started a fire outside their home on College Hill. Taylor Swanson joins us outside of the fraternity to give us the scoop on what happened.
During the early hours of the morning on September 16th, outside the residence of the Theta Chi fraternity, a blazing orange light glared into the windows.
In this day and age, there's surveillance video everywhere. And so we started canvassing the neighborhood for surveillance video. And I don't honestly know which one was the best, but there's some pretty awesome video of him starting the fires.
Police were tipped off when they were notified that previously that night, a guest had started an altercation with the members of the fraternity. Thanks to surveillance footage from Alpha Gamma Delta and Theta Chi, Pullman police were able to identify the suspect as 19-year-old Isaac DiPaolo of Cheney, Washington.
And our security cameras actually caught a close-up of his face, to which we were able to identify someone who was at our house earlier in that night. We gave that information to the detectives and they made the arrest in Cheney the next day.
After DiPaolo's arrest, he will face some serious charges.
But he was arrested on arson first degree, which is a Class A felony, and that's for basically starting a fire in a dwelling, in this case the Theta Chi's.
For many of the members of Theta Chi, the placements of each fire seemed as if they were planned to harm members sleeping inside.
Everything near all the exits was fortunately put out at that time, but it seemed pretty methodical that he would start a fire at every door getting out of our house.
There were 0 reported injuries, and DiPaolo's charges pending the decision of a prosecutor. Taylor Swanson, Murrow News 8.
When Murrow News 8 returns, a former WSU grad student tries to bring about change by running for office.
And how Moscow aims to reduce their use of pesticides.
No more pencils, no more books. No more teachers' dirty looks. School's out for summer. School's out forever. School's out with fever. School's out completely.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%. And it can happen in every place.
School's out for summer.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united.
Washington State University alumnus Matthew Sutherland recently held a town hall at Neal Public Library in Pullman. A Democratic candidate for Washington's House of Representatives, Sutherland discussed issues facing Whitman County residents, including state taxes, the environment, health care, and his Republican opponent Joe Schmick. He proposed solutions to each issue, including public funding for health care and renewable energy for the environment. He also stated that Schmick denies that humans created the current onslaught of climate change. Sutherland faces an uphill battle after he only received 39% of votes, while Schmick received about 60% in the August primary.
The Moscow Sustainable Environment Commission continues to discuss its desire to reduce and eventually eliminate pesticide use in Moscow's parks. Moscow's Lillian Woodworth Otness Park on North Ashbury Street already stands pesticide-free, a first step towards Moscow's goal. Moscow Parks and Rec Director Dwight Curtis said the park functions as a test subject. Regardless, pesticides to manage weeds and pests will not come within 25 feet of the park's playground. And you can now buy your tickets for the Latah County Historical Society bus tour of historic churches and cemeteries. It's happening on October 13th, and it's guided by Earl Bennett. The tour starts at 8 a.m. and runs until 5 p.m. and includes lunch. Tickets cost $50 for Latah County Historical Society members and $60 for non-members. For reservations, call 208-882-1004. And next, when Murrow News 8 returns, Emma Jerome joins us in the Weather Center and tells us what to expect in the week's forecast.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Saturday officially marked the first day of fall. Emma Jerome joins us from the Weather Center to tell us what we can expect with this changing of the seasons.
Thanks, Jenny. The start of fall did kick off on Saturday, and you know what you can expect? More summer weather. I'm not even kidding. If you got to spend some time outside today, you would have noticed some mild temperatures. It started at 65 with an average around 62. However, right now you will notice it has cooled down to a mere 39 degrees. It is that time of the year where it gets really cold at night and more warm during the day, but that's just what you can expect during September in Pullman. Going more stateside, we will see those warmer temperatures on Spokane, Yakima, Wenatchee, hitting the highest in Spokane at 70 degrees. However, at night it will also cool down to 41. Going more west, we can actually also see some more of that sunshine. Those showers that we saw this weekend, not really going to expect many more of those. And heading into tomorrow, we actually are going to be able to heat up a little bit with a morning temperature of 65 degrees, afternoon of 69, and evening of not 85 degrees. It's going to cool down to around a cool 39. So you can bundle up in your bed, but you won't really have to turn on that heat quite yet. Going into our 5-day forecast, tomorrow will be 74 degrees, heating up to our hottest around 75 on Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we will cool down to around 71, 69, and 60 is our lowest, experiencing some showers. And as Rihanna said, you can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella. Back to you.
Thanks, Emma. When we return, find out how people in New Jersey got a lot more than what they gambled for.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing. Wow!
I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again. 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Ever wondering if gambling pays off? Well, some hit the jackpot. This Sunday, a glitch occurred on FanDuel's website, causing the odds to become hyperinflated for the Denver Broncos kicker to hit a game-winning field goal. The website listed the odds at 750 to 1, when, according to FanDuel, the odds should have stood at 1 to 6. After the Broncos won, Anthony Price netted $82,000. The company initially did not want to compensate gamblers, arguing they held no responsibility for glitches, but since some bet for the first time, FanDuel decided to honor the wins. Wow, well, I really wish that I would have came into a lot of money this weekend. That would have been nice.
I know. You really got lucky there.
If I was a gambling woman or a sports watching woman, I would have put some money on that.
Thank you for watching tonight. Join us every weeknight at 7 and 10 for Pullman's only nightly newscast.
Have a great evening, and don't forget to follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Good night, Pullman.